Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Sri Tips here, and here is our chloroauric acid that we crystallized out. In the previous video, you'll see that some moisture has been absorbed into it, making it kind of soupy. So now we're going to try to recover it and put it back into a gold bar. This is our gold crystal that we made in the previous video. You'll notice that it's starting to climb up the edges of the dish there and leach out of the dish and over the side of it. Plus, it's real moist. It's become liquid again. I mean, the crystals are still down underneath, but it's got a lot of liquid on it. And I think that's because it's a hygroscopic, H-Y-G-R-O, which means that it absorbs moisture from the air. So what we're going to do is try to put this back down into this beaker now, carefully. Try to rinse it off into the beaker. Okay, this stuff makes a Class A mess. See, there's some of the solutions left on that plate that I had back there. And I'm not sure how I'm going to get this out of this container. It's hard as a rock. So I don't know how I'm going to get this out of here now. It seems to dissolve easily with water. So I may have to just sit here and keep hitting it with the water. Yellow on there, that's all gold. And I'll just wipe this off real good and save the paper in my paper storage, and we'll get the gold back out of it when we process our filter papers. There's some down here. I'm just going to wipe it up with our piece of paper. We'll put this in our paper storage. You see, the solution is very cloudy, and so we're gonna pull it through a filter. After the initial filtering, the solution was still cloudy, so I poured it back through the same filter a second time, and it was still cloudy, so I poured it back through that same filter a third time. I've got this solution cleared up now, nice and clear. This one back here is good to go. It's nice and clear and bright, free of sediment and cloudiness. So now what we're going to do is take this filter on this flask, and now that this filter is loaded up, it's got some kind of insoluble form of gold chloride or something in there. I don't know what it is, but it's some insoluble solid that's accumulated in the filter. And now we're going to go ahead and filter the rest of this. It's metallic gold. Here you can see there's some solids in the filter. Not sure what that is. It's a light tan color, pink color. I'm not quite sure what that is. Let's go ahead and just rinse our filter and get the rest of the gold out of this filter paper and out of this funnel. Now that I've rinsed it, it almost looks like tiny, tiny particles of pure gold. This is the metallic gold that was in the bottom of the beaker from the previous video series where I evaporated the solution down and some of the metallic gold came out of solution. Now we've got the other two solutions ready here with the rest of our gold in it. Got one in that flask, one in that flask. So we should have all of our gold now filtered and ready for a precipitation. Our little gold bead that we just melted, and I cooked it for a few minutes in dilute sulfuric acid to get all the borax that was clinging to it off of there. This thing came out looking pretty good. I can see myself in it. Now let's see what we got for a weight on this thing. Looks like 1.2 grams of pure gold. We'll call it 995 purity. And I think what we'll do then is just go ahead and offer this thing for sale on my eBay site. Here's our funnel. Here's the filter paper. And if you look down in here, there's some gray material around the inner edge of the funnel. Not sure what that is. These solutions still have a little bit of cloudiness in them. Plus, there's a little bit of stuff floating on the surface. So what we'll do is go ahead and filter these one more time. Here's a look at the two solutions. This one needs to be filtered still. It's got a little bit of cloudiness. This is the solution that we just passed through the filter. You can tell there's a big difference. This is much clearer than this. You can clearly see there's some stuff in the filter. Just going to keep filtering until we get all that out of there. Here you can clearly see that there's some suspended material causing it to be cloudy in that gold. Earlier in the video, when I was dissolving the chloroauric acid crystal out of the drying dish, I seen some black material forming during that process. And I think what's happened here, this is a single refined gold bar that we started with, and there was probably still a little bit of contamination. It could possibly be iridium or rhodium. I think we got this. The solution's nice and clear. No traces of any kind of sediment. Here's our filter. So now we're ready to precipitate out the pure gold. Want to try something different? I've got some sodium bisulfite reagent grade chemical. I think we're going to try this to precipitate out our pure gold. Let's get in here and get a stance test before we get going. You know there's gold in here, but it's always good to do this in practice just to make sure. There you go. The dark stain means gold in solution. It'd be about 3 ounces of gold in this solution here. So now we're going to get out some of this sodium bisulfite and try to precipitate the gold. Let's see what happens. I don't even know if this is going to work. Here it goes. Let's see. There it goes. Look at that. It's working. Nice. Let's get down in close. the sodium bisulfite. This will stir. Do another Dryness test to make sure that we've got all the gold precipitated out of here. And there you can tell, negative Dryness test proves that all the gold has been precipitated. I'm going to dump the waste solution off now into this waste container. Let's go ahead and transfer the gold to this smaller beaker because it makes it easier to handle. I start drying the gold with water bath so that the moisture in the gold doesn't spatter a bunch of gold out of the dish. And once it gets down, gets dried up a little bit, I take the water bath away and set it directly on the heating coils. Been allowed to dry completely. And this is our pure gold powder. Absolutely gorgeous, nice, clean, pure gold sponge, if you will. What we're going to do now is go ahead and put some of it into our melt dish over here. Just get this down into our melt dish. take this over to the melt table and melt this up a gold bar. Here we go. Here's the bar that we just melted. And man, that thing looks great. Look at that thing, man. It's just beautiful. The shine on it. There's my reflection. Just gorgeous. All right, let's see what we got for weight on this thing. 118.3. We started out with, well, let's see, 118.3 plus a little bead that was 1.2 plus a little gold bar that didn't dissolve that was 6.2. That's 125.7. And the bar that we started out with was 126.9. So we're shy about 1.2 grams. That's not a concern to me. That happens. Man, that's a nice looking bar. This will conclude the video. I'd like to thank everyone for watching.